of Asia, the guy that is everywhere, right? Matt Pellino. Hey, you are the most. You come on the show the more than anybody else, and that's cool, man. Because I like to talk to you because you don't give a shit. You don't give a fuck, right?
I call a spade a spade.
For
There ain't
real.
no other way around it.
A heart, a heart,
You
right?
just you just say it, man. You just say it as it is, man.
For
It's
real, you
what it
got
is, you
to.
know.
If people get
Yeah,
angry, hey, like it's just an opinion. It's like an
just
asshole.
fix your. Yeah, everyone's got it. Yeah, exactly. I see.
Yeah.
There's no Seahawks hat today, but you're looking like my
Hey,
little.
I'm wearing
Looking
the
like
colors,
my.
bro. You see this?
you, look,
I'm still gang banging.
you,
Look at it.
you look like you just got out of teaching daycare. What happened?
Hey, this is Polo right here, man. What's up? But hey, you. Yeah, my Seahawks are doing bad, man. But your Jets is worse, so it doesn't matter,
We won this weekend. We beat Miami,
man. Because Miami
so we're
sucks.
one. We're one.
We have
Hey,
the
but
same
we're still
record,
1-2. What are the Seahawks?
1-2,
Then how are we doing worse than you?
in my eyes. You know. But
The Giants are 0-3. That's some
oh
shit.
yeah, that is crazy, right? I didn't expect that
Fucking
shit.
Odell. Odell ain't doing shit.
It's that fucking Forrest Gump of a quarterback that they have.
Nah, the line can't protect him.
Well, that's the same thing in Seattle too.
Yeah, that's
It's
true. But
fucked up.
Seattle's quarterback should be able to run, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't know
You-
about that. You know what I mean? Like that shit makes me angry. I don't like we could talk about this all day, but that shit makes me angry about that.
what do you
You,
think
you
about the
get you get
kneel
me in
thing
my
in the
feelings
U.S.?
real
What
quick.
do you
Huh?
think about the players taking the kneel and Donald Trump and the NFL, the fallout? What do you think?
That's retarded shit, man. That's like,
Isn't it the dumbest shit ever?
why are they doing that shit? Like, first of all, people go to watch fucking football or NBA or whatever sport it is to go watch fucking sports, man. They don't want to fucking go see motherfuckers trying to make a political stand. You want to make a political stand? Don't do it in a fucking football game. Do it outside in the streets. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
like,
do something.
oh man, the funniest shit is just hearing people talk about, oh, we're getting oppressed. Bitch, ain't no one in the USA getting oppressed. Get the
Exactly.
fuck out of here with that.
Especially these
Okay,
motherfucking football players that are getting
bro.
paid
And like,
millions of
you know what
dollars.
the other thing? They're all like, for the NFL players, like, if you're gonna talk about it, do something. Put money into those communities.
Yeah.
Man, those players are sitting on millions of dollars of cash and they ain't donating shit.
Well, it's not even really about the money. It's about going out there and like spreading awareness and like helping people with not your money, but with like with your own hands and shit like that. Like, one football player that's not taking a knee is like Marshawn Lynch. If you see him, he's helping like his community like crazy. That's why Oakland loves him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're the Las Vegas Raiders now, aren't they?
Well, they're in Oakland. I think he's staying in Oakland until they move, and then he's gonna retire.
No, yeah, man. But I'm like, man, it's weird. It's like, man, like I feel like the cops in the U.S. It's not very hard to become a cop.
Hmm.
So like the procedure for them to carry a gun and make decisions, I feel like there needs to be harder training.
Yeah,
That
but it.
being said,
Mhm.
for everyone to be like protesting the way they are is like, man, it's like, oh, I'm being oppressed. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's like you have a house over your head, roof over your head. You're not slavery. You're not getting worse benefits than anything. Man, I'm a white kid. I'm an American. Guess what? I didn't get no free fucking college tuition because I couldn't speak a second language. All these motherfuckers in Miami get ESOL, English second language. They get discounts on tuition. All this shit, man. I didn't get any of that shit. I had to work my way for a fucking scholarship. Everyone, oh, I'm being oppressed. It's like I feel like, man, I go back to the States and I'm just gonna be pissed at everyone because, man, living in Asia, man, there's racism everywhere, but like, man, I love being in Asia. It's like I don't know, like just the way people act back home. It's they feel like they're so what's
Entitled.
the word, entitled. Yes, they feel like they're so entitled to stuff without doing anything for it. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck, man? Whereas like in fucking like whereas it's like over here in Asia, everyone's working hard for something, you know? And that's cool.
Yeah,
Except for
you
like
see
the
like
rich
the
Malay
old
kids in
ladies
Malaysia
like
who get fucked.
collecting fucking cardboard boxes all day long in the streets and then collecting
Bro,
like
yeah,
tons of
everyone's
funds.
working for ain't no one getting free handouts and everyone's like, oh, we need this, we need this. How about you just shut the fuck up, you know, and just work? There's a funny thing someone said, like, oh, you know, if you go on Facebook, it looked like, you know, Hillary Clinton was going to win the election. Why? How did Trump win? And someone said, because everyone who voted for Trump isn't on Facebook bitching. They actually have real jobs.
See, that's fucked up. Like that politics shit, you know, like I don't really talk about it with people. Like I really don't, to be honest with you, I don't really give a fuck about anything to do with politics because at the end of the day, it's it doesn't really you know, like affect me. You know what I mean? Like directly. So
So wait, but
it's just
are you in Korea?
yeah.
How you feeling about the North Korea thing, man?
I ain't feeling anything. Like I told you, it doesn't affect me. So why would I worry about it? You know what I mean? Like all these
All right.
people outside of Korea, they're so fucking worried, right? But I'm in fucking Korea. I'm in Seoul. I live in Seoul. I live in the #1 target area. And I'm not worried about that shit. I ain't even thinking about it all day long. Like if I go to
John,
work,
if
what?
shit goes down, I got you, bro. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim to Hong Kong.
No, bro. I'll use a drone to pick your little ass up.
I'll be like hanging out the drone and shit.
This is gonna be some Terminator Salvation shit.
For real. But I
Uh,
ain't tripping about
all
it. I don't
right.
think people are tripping. People are not tripping over here because it's been so many years and years and years of, you know, them
And
just
shit
flexing.
happened.
Yeah, and ain't shit
Yeah.
happens. So it's no big deal. But man, let's get into it now. Let's get into
For sure.
you were just in Singapore for Asian Fighting Championship and some tragic shit happened, man. Tell us your account because you were there like firsthand. What went down?
So there's no account. Like this is just the truth.
Okay.
So that guy. So basically, this Sylvester Sim, some American Idol or Singapore Idol winner, is supposed to fight Stephen Lim or something, who's like this fucking YouTube star in Singapore. Sylvester Sim pulled out like a pussy because he said he couldn't get enough insurance for the fight. All right, whatever, right? So what ends up happening is, and this is where people get fucked up. It wasn't just a promoter trying to find a celebrity. It was the guy's like close friend who like volunteered to step in, you know? So he volunteered to step in and like first of all, a heartfelt message you know, like my deepest condolences to Pradip and his family. Like it's a sad thing, you know. So he stepped in last minute. Okay, it wasn't full Muay Thai rules. There was no elbows, no nothing. They were using 16-ounce gloves. It was rounds, only 2 minutes. Okay, so what happened was, um, the WMC they ran through because this was sanctioned by the WMC, World Muay Thai Council. So they did the medical checkup before the fight and nothing checked out. I mean everything checked out. You know, I mean you go to Thailand, there's no fucking medical checkup before a Thai fight, is there?
Nah.
Like they don't do ECG and shit, man. I mean, like they went through like every man. I read an article that kind of pissed me off. It was like I think like they were talking like Chachi was all like, oh, this is really bad. You know, they need to do head scans and all this shit. It's like, yeah, but dude, the guy died from cardiac arrest. He didn't die from fucking head trauma, you retard.
Mm-hmm.
He died from cardiac arrest. And like 1FC, where were you managing people when your guy died in the fucking sauna? You know, like don't forget, like, don't be so quick to jump on someone's back. It pissed me off reading that because the guy lost his like close friend. It's not like it was a promoter just throwing in another fighter celebrity last minute. The guy lost his close friend, and you know what? If the guy could have took it back, he would have. There's a way to raise awareness, and by pumping your own brand and trying to step on people is not the way to do it, in my
So
opinion.
so
Anyways,
like you were
so
emceeing the event, right? So you're
so
around the whole
I was
event.
So me and Chris Hoekstra, who does Bama, he does commentary for Bama, we were the commentary team for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And when the fighters start fighting or whatever. So, man, but first of all, both these guys are not in shape at all. So it was like a celebrity fight. It was supposed to be fun, and Pradip was winning the fight. He was actually landing like the big shots. And then in the second round, both guys were tired, but not to the point where you would be like, what the fuck? The guy that was the referee in charge was the head official. They didn't put some regular guy. It was the head judge. This guy's refed well over 100 fights, probably hundreds, like 500s of fights, man. And you know what? So in the second round, Pradip got like pushed down. Like he didn't even get punched. It was like one of those punches that's like a push.
Mm-hmm.
And he fell down. And when he got up, he looked glazed over, and the ref stopped the fight. So he went to the ropes. He was chilling out. He was getting checked out by the doctor on the ropes. And then the other guys, Stephen Lim, they were interviewing him because he had won. So Pradip was standing up on the ropes. He looked tired. He went back to the corner to sit down. And when he sat down, he had sat down, and then he just started like his legs couldn't move, and he buckled, like he started like looked like he was fainting, but it just looked like he was exhausted, So the medical team was there. They were taking care of him. They were fanning him. They pulled him out of the ring, and then they put him in the ambulance. And that's when we find out that he ended up passing away due to cardiac arrest, which is unfortunate. I think it's very interesting because like he passed the pre-fight medical, and he still passed away to cardiac arrest. So what can you do educationally to prevent that? ECG test is usually the number one thing you do. Like what else can you do?
Exactly. Whatever you do, it's just gonna cost more money, and at the end of the day, the more tests you do, the more money you have to spend. And as a promoter, it's just like you're not getting nothing back. You really
Well, I mean, but by doing the guidelines, like they already did medical checkups, which is more than what most Muay Thai promotions do.
Yeah.
Like they did more. Like people are like, oh, well, they're not doing MMA testing and stuff. Man, you're talking about a different thing in general, man. I've been to large scale Muay Thai promotions. Those motherfuckers don't get medical checked up either. I've seen it in Thailand. They get evaluated by a doctor. They go in and they fight, and that's the way it's been done in the Muay Thai world. So
even some
for
of the
people
MMA,
to be thrown,
even some of the MMA promotions are doing that.
Yeah, and it's like for people to be throwing shade at this guy while he lost his friend, while trying to promote your own brand, is a little fucked up. Like there should be support, educational support, like what steps can we take to improve it? Not they should have took. Everyone's like, oh, the promoter was selfish. All this and this. Man, his friend stepped in to volunteer. Like everyone's like, oh, fight pro. It wasn't pro Muay Thai rules at all. The fight was one punch, one kick, one punch, one kick. I mean, it's a tragedy. It clearly is. But
For real.
But the steps were taken in order to avoid it. So
yeah, sometimes
my heart.
You can't. Sometimes shit happens, man, and like you said, they did the checkups before the fight. He was all right. He's ready to go. He went in there, and something went wrong, man. It's a human body. You don't know what can happen. Like a bolt or
and the other thing was like I'm not one to speculate, but he was bodybuilding physique guy.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of bodybuilders put stuff in their body that stresses the heart.
Yeah.
Like whether it's anabolic steroids or whatever, that stuff affects the heart. And I'm not saying that he was or he had in the past, but that could have definitely affected his heart when doing this kind of thing.
Of course.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's a tragedy and stuff. I just feel like, if you're not there, don't say anything kind of thing, like it's real easy to like keyboard warrior from your laptop and stuff. At the end of the day, a life was lost, and celebrate the person's life, take the necessary steps you can to improve fighter safety and things like that. But man, to be like, oh, they didn't do the proper testing. They didn't do a CT scan. They didn't do a blood test. Man, you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I didn't even fucking die from head trauma. What's your point of fucking bringing up a CT scan?
Well,
He didn't die from fucking aneurysm either.
the problem with that is like they don't have all the information. So they're like, they have a broad audience that they're speaking to. And when you don't have all the information and you're just jumping on,
Bro,
like,
no, but it's also like this. If you want to like a healthy like background checkup, bro, you can do that. It takes like a week to get, but no fight promotion in the world besides the UFC with the USADA testing does it. No one. Nobody. Dude, I've seen the ONE FC test and, all the other tests in the Asian. Man, it's standard. You test for HIV, you test for, hepatitis. They go to the doctor, make sure the vision's okay. You get a CT scan, make sure there's no white matter in the brain. Like, it's standard, But you go to the Muay Thai world, it's not always like that. So it's a sad tragedy. I was there firsthand to witness it. It was very upsetting for me personally. It was hard. It was hard, man. It was definitely something hard to see and to witness. But I feel not only for the family of the guy, but to the promoter Sasi, who lost a close friend with all this happening. So yeah, my prayers go out to them.
For sure, man. It is a tragedy, man. And I hope like people stop jumping to conclusions and just saying stupid shit. If you say stupid shit, just say stupid shit by yourself or to somebody that's near you. Putting it online, it just makes you look stupid. You know what I mean? It makes you just look uneducated. And
man, it's like someone died in a promotion. That's sad. But when someone also died in your promotion, you probably shouldn't say anything. Like, just saying,
Yeah.
Like,
I think when someone dies, that's a sensitive topic, and you gotta kind of be careful.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful of what you say. It's better not to say anything. If you're not even close or connected to it, you shouldn't even say anything. Like, yeah, it's just, man, if like you gotta just look at it. If that was your homeboy, if that was your homie, and he died, would you want people saying shit that they don't even know anything about the situation? Would you want them to say?
Well, the other thing, if you look, a lot of the people are like his friends were like, he died doing something he loved. And those were his close friends saying that, not just the promoter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, if I know my friend volunteered for a fight and he passed away, I would feel sad, but I would also feel mad at people saying, oh, he wasn't ready and all this shit. It's like, man, fuck off. Like, man, he stepped in last minute to do something, Like he wanted to, he was willing to do it,
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he passed away, but he was no bitch. Don't say he wasn't ready, He took the initiative. He knows there's risk involved, and that was it. But like, I wouldn't want no one talking shit about my friend,
Well, there was always going to be people that say like, "Oh, you should have stopped him, and you should have held him back from doing what he wanted to do, from save him from himself and shit like that." It's just like, come on, man. If someone's gonna want to do something, they're gonna do it.
At the end of the day, he's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Every man has the right to make a decision, Everyone's like, "Oh, it's irresponsible." Man, I don't want to talk about the number of fucking bums with no fight experience ONE FC's put in the cage. Really not one to talk. Okay, trust me. I've seen some shawarma chefs in fucking Jalan Alor with more fighting skills than some of the people they've put in the cage.
All right.
So, anyways.
That's a good segue, man. R.I.P. to Pradip. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, man.
Pradip.
Yeah,
R.I.P. to him. You know what I mean? Like, he, that's very tragic. And you being there, like, witnessing it, that's even worse. You know what I mean? Like, it magnifies it 10 times. And all these people, all you can say is stop talking shit. Just be quiet.
At the end of it, everyone's like, "Oh, I saw the video on thing." Yeah, you saw a video, but were you there?
Mm-hmm.
I was within feet. No one else was within feet.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, I'm just like, man, like everyone's like, oh, and then they asked me, was I there? And I was like, yes, motherfucker, I was. And then they shut up. It's like, well, were you there? Well, yes. Guess what? I was there. So fuck you. You know, like I don't know, man. Man, I don't like people who talk shit. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, talking shit is fun. Like when you're just talking
Man, it's
shit.
fun.
Yeah. When
Yeah,
you're
but
just
when it
talking
involves
shit.
someone dying,
Yeah. It's a sensitive topic right there. So yeah, let's kind of move on and see what
yeah,
like last weekend they just the UFC just returned to Asia. The UFC doesn't seem like they're too interested in Asia, but they just had a card in Japan. And what about Shogun, fool? Like Shogun, did you read that thing about like when he pulled out a week before the event, and then his knee was fucked up the whole time through his camp?
man.
Man, that's fucked up, man. Like Shogun, that's fucked up, man. Shogun, you're fucked up because how you gonna be injured? You have a fucking fucked up knee, and you know you have a fucked up knee, and sign a bout agreement, and then pull out a week before the event. If you're gonna pull out, you might as well pull out like a month before, man. What the fuck is he doing? Now you got Okami, who has been fighting welterweight for the last couple of years, moving up to light heavyweight to face OSP, and you know what happened with that? He got his ass fucking strangled. Not even strangled, just choked the fuck out with the shoulder. And the bad thing about that was it set a record. You know what record? Of no punches thrown, no punches landed.
Okay, to be fair though, I've had pro fights and I've never thrown a punch.
Well, well, yeah. Well, I guess that is. I can't say that about that. Then I'm talking shit about you too.
Yeah, I've had 2 pro fights and I didn't throw a single punch in either one of them.
You just slapped it to the ground.
Yeah, I just took it to the ground right away. Yo, I took Nick Harris down in 4 seconds. That might be a world record. I'm not sure. We got to look that one up.
But yeah, the main event. Like, let me look at the negative aspects of this. There's some positive aspects, right? Like there were like the 2 girls that fought on the prelims, Shuri Kondo and Chan Mi-jun. That was a pretty good fight. They stood and like swung it out against each other. And
what about Claudia Gaudela and Jessica?
Oh yeah,
Andrade
I was getting to that. That one was fucking a good ass fight,
good.
man. Man, I thought Claudia was gonna win that fight though, but she got her ass whooped.
Yeah, she did, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Baby Cyborg.
Yeah.
Baby
Brazilian
Cyborg
woman throwing down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But the thing is, like, Joanna beat both them, man.
Man, the fight to make is Joanna versus Valentino at 125.
That is the fight to make. That will be.
I know. Come on, Dana White needs to stop slacking. Like, come on, Dana, don't let me do your job for you. Come on. Like,
it's gonna happen.
A background story because Valentina beats Joanna 8 times in Muay Thai or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Joanna's never beat her, but Joanna is the UFC champion, you know? So, man, it's a good sell, man.
It is a good sell. And it should happen maybe next year. I think it will happen next year. Because the weight division is open. Valentina's talking about she's moving down. You know, what's her name might get a, what is it? What you call it? Fuck. She'll defend the title against Nama Yunus. And then next year, maybe Valentino, they'll give her a title shot at 125. Whoever wins the Tough House. Have you
been watching that?
No, I haven't watched that shit.
Nah, man, because come on. I mean, to be honest, who gives a fuck? You know any names in that house?
No. Well,
I mean, I love women's MMA.
All I know is Roxanne Modafferi. Huh?
But I love women's MMA. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's good that they're fighting and everything. But, like, I felt like for them to do this tournament, they needed to take already established people in the UFC to kind of, like, put them in the top. I know it's like, oh, why are you putting these girls in tough? But, man, you're putting on a new title. Put those girls that could fight in between, you know, Jessica I.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls like that.
Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah.
They were supposed to fight.
Fuck. Put all those hot girls in one house. Woo, you want to talk about TV ratings.
And I will watch
Give them
that.
some alcohol.
I'll watch that,
Right?
and
Yeah, man.
and there will be
You
good
have the
fights.
you have the challenge. You make it like aerobic strip challenge,
Yeah.
or like aerobic pole challenge in bikinis. Fucking hell. That's the win. That's the winner, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, what about Gomi though?
Wasn't he fighting heavy as fuck? He fought
No, he was on weight.
no. Oh, but he fought the other Dong Hyun Kim, right?
Yeah, yeah. He
He
fought the
didn't fight
little
Stunga.
Dong Hyun Kim, and he got
Okay.
knocked out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, in
Man,
in like 2 minutes.
the dye in his fucking hair, man, is just getting to his brain and fucking his shit up. Man, he
And
looked so good when he knocked out Tyson Griffin, and then from here it's just been. I mean, let's look at it this way: in the UFC, who's the most successful Asian fighter of all time?
probably the Korean Zombie, because he actually got to fight for the title against Jose Aldo, and that's the only loss he has, I think.
What about Sakuraba?
Sakuraba didn't really fight that much in the UFC.
But wasn't he undefeated?
I don't know. I don't know his record in the UFC.
Man, Sakuraba's a fucking beast. I love
He's a beast.
Sakuraba.
Oh, there's no doubt. The new generation fans, they don't know who the fuck Sakuraba is. They just see some old Japanese motherfucker.
I would have
Right.
loved to see Sakuraba fight Matt Hughes in his prime. That would have been a sick fight.
For real. Especially with
Both of
Sakuraba's
those,
crown.
yeah, both of those guys fighting. Wow, that would have been a sick fucking fight. Like, if I could do a dream fight, like, man, I love Matt Hughes too. So, like, these two guys going at it, fuck, man. I
Yeah,
feel,
like a lot of the old school, new school guys fighting each other, or even like the guys from back in the day that never fought each other, like like even like a Chuck Liddell versus Dan Henderson, like a fight
that
like
would have been
that.
sick too.
That would have been a sick ass fight right there. But like I don't like Ryzen. They're putting together a grappling exhibition between Dan
Bro,
Henderson
bro,
and Sakuraba.
Risen is horrible.
You think
Ryzen,
so?
whatever it is, it's horrible. It's
You think
horrible.
so?
They're trying to emulate. They're trying to emulate Pride. To be honest, no one wants to see anyone fight in a fucking ring anymore. That's just the truth behind it. You're doing
Really, I don't
MMA.
mind it.
It's not that you don't mind it, but you would rather be in a cage where there's no, oh, he's against the rope, stop, break the fight up. Like it's just too much. Like fight in a fucking cage. It's MMA. You want to do a circle cage, fight in a circle cage.
Well,
It used to be
watching fighting, I prefer the ropes.
really.
Yeah.
It depends where you're sitting.
Yeah, if you're sitting by the cage, if you're sitting near anything, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is, because you can see
Yeah,
everything,
but
right?
I mean, like the ropes is cool and all. Of course, the cage favors the grappler, the ropes favors the striker and stuff. But man, like I personally like. I feel like I don't know. Like I don't like the model they're trying to use to like promote Risen and stuff. I feel like Risen would do well if they did like an all white cage with like their logo in the middle. Like that would be cool, Like it's just a slick all white cage. Like I feel like that would be clean as fuck. Like just white everything, and then you logo it out. It would look cool, man. And you're still doing the cage. People are fighting. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the ring. Pride is gone. Don't try to remaster it and make things worse. Leave the glory days of Pride alone and just move on. And like, I don't know. The commentary on their fucking team is horrible. I don't like the model of Risen at all. And that's
Well,
just me personally.
there's a lot of good
I'm
fighters in Ryzen, though.
yeah, I'm sure I mean, they're all right. They're all right. I still
Like,
think when you look on when you look on scale, the best fighters in Asia are still in ONE FC.
mhm.
I feel like Road FC has the most depth in terms of like the most quality fighters.
Yeah.
I feel like Road FC has the most depth in Asia. And I feel like the best show to go watch live is Full Metal Dojo.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just
Full
just
Metal Dojo
just
Live is off the
because
chain.
John, okay, I legit almost started a riot. So this is a funny fucking story, right?
Yeah.
So Dylan Fussel's fighting this Baz Muhammad guy who's from Afghanistan, right? And like, so like they're fighting or whatever. I've got like a bottle of alcohol in my hand because I went with my friend Jason Lowe, and they fucking invited us to go. You know, John's a good friend of mine.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, like, I just started chanting USA. I was drunk as fuck. USA. And then people started chanting USA. And then all these Afghanistani people had these Afghan flags. They started yelling like some crazy Arabic
Oh
shit.
shit.
It was just going down, bro. That shit was so fucking
You had
funny.
some of that Operation Desert Storm shit going down.
Yo, I was laughing so hard. And then everyone's like, man, look what you started. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, it was, man, Full Metal Dojo is the shit. That
It
show,
is.
like, I wish, the only thing I wish with Full Metal Dojo is I wish John had a bigger budget to work with to bring in, like a ONE FC caliber card, like with like international fighters. And then like, man, because if you had like international guys fighting at Full Metal Dojo, like high level guys, um, man, it could be a huge success, bigger than any other promotion outside the UFC. It could be number 2
But
if
don't
you
you
had the
think
right
that's
budget to
why
go
Full
for the
Metal
show.
Dojo is what is Full Metal Dojo is because it doesn't
No,
matter who's fighting. It's the show.
to a point, yes, but then you have to care as a viewer. Full Metal Dojo was awesome to go watch live because you
Yeah.
don't give a fuck who's fighting. You know,
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, party, hot bitches with
And
huge titties.
there was always good fights too.
Yeah, but as a viewer, you don't want to watch a 1-0 Thai guy fight a 1-0 Thai guy.
Well, you know, you could only, like you just said, if he had a bigger budget, he could bring in bigger names. And
Well, but that's what I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like with what he has and what he's working with, man. Like I said, it's the best show to see live.
Mhm.
If he had a bigger budget and can bring in bigger names, it would be the biggest show in Asia.
But do you think if he brought in bigger names, then he'd have to go to a bigger venue, which
No,
would change Full
no,
Metal Dojo? You just keep it
no.
in
I
the same.
disagree. I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think John would keep it at Club Insanity and do what John does best and throw some fucking parties. Man, any listener out there, if you want to have a good time, go to Bangkok, get a ounce of nose candy, hit that shit up, and go watch Full Metal Dojo. You'll have a great time.
Well, there was this one club I went to when I was in Bangkok, like a couple years ago, where it was fucking huge, like way bigger than the old Club
Was it
Insanity.
Levels?
I don't even know what the fuck it was. It was like a huge ass house.
I
Like,
bet you went to the one with all the lady boys in it, right?
no, no. It was like everybody. It
I
was
know,
like
John. It's
3
okay.
different entrances.
See,
Yes, they were
Seahawks
like
fans
big
likes
dicks
chicks with
hanging.
dicks.
There were just big dicks everywhere, just dicks, like dick candies, dick drinks, dick ice sculptures. You
Oh,
know,
you
just
went to
like,
Dickies.
yeah, Dickies. Yeah, I went to Dickies. You know, everybody that worked there, their name was Dick. But yeah, like I think there's some clubs that are huge, even in Bangkok, that he could do it at, and he could bring in more people, like actually more what is it, viewers inside the venue. But you know,
Yeah, but
John does
I
what
don't
John
think like
does. You know.
I feel like their market isn't like if they could get on TV or if they could do like streaming deal. I feel like if you had good fighters and it was a crazy show and you could do some like streaming and get like sponsors off of viewership kind of thing is what he would be aiming for, not necessarily ticket sales.
Yeah, that's also true too. You know, he's a grinder. He's a hustler, man. So he's always out there. Now he's even got that Kumite 3000 thing popping off.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I
Yeah,
feel like I feel like John needs to do like a foam party / MMA fight / oil wrestling with girls / metal concert.
hey, if anybody would do that, it would be him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but yeah, UFC Japan, man, that shit was, to me, it was like I think that the UFC kind of just screws Asia all the time and gives us the
Bro,
shittiest card.
USA, the UFC sucks in Asia. Like the last couple of years, the cards have been absolutely horrid.
Seriously, like even the matchups that they made, like, did you watch the UFC Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good fucking fight card. Even though there wasn't like huge
Yep.
names on it, but the fights were good because
No, those fights were good.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
even like a fight card like that in Asia would be all right. But like this fight card, I don't know, man. It was underwhelming for me. Like you're only gonna come to Japan once a year. You need to put on something fucking good. Like they're gonna go to Shanghai pretty soon, and they've been signing some Chinese. Like they just signed 2 Chinese girls to fight, and then Anderson Silva is gonna fight Gastelum, and to me that's a good fight. Like that's the main event that's actually like worth going to. And but they
Okay,
don't
but
have nothing to support that though. Like who else is fighting on that card? Nobody.
yeah,
Like that's it. That's all they
you
have
get
announced.
George Hickman. You get George on a card in the UFC.
Well, if I'm pretty sure if they called him and shit, he would be down for that. But but the thing is, like, they need to put some more, like another name, another good matchup. Like, I don't know, man, something better. Like Shanghai is gonna be their first time going there. You can't just rely on Anderson Silva.
I'm surprised when Benson Henderson had the title, they never went back to Korea for him to defend it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they shit the bed every time. Like.
But maybe
I'm
they feel like
something's gonna happen to that Shanghai card, and they're gonna get fucked.
But man, it's like also like the most popular fighters in Asia don't even fight in the UFC.
That's also true too. And the most popular fighters right now are Korean, that are in Asia, that are in the UFC, but they're not. The Zombie's out for like a year.
Bro, if they were smart, they would go to Korea and do Doo-Hoo Choi versus the Korean Zombie.
That would be a good fight.
That'd be a sick fight to do in Korea, bro. Yeah. Dana White, hire me, bro. I got you, son.
Hey, like that's going on all the time in Korea. Road FC's Korean dudes are fighting Korean dudes. You know what I mean? It's not like something is new.
I feel like Sol Chul Kim could fight in the UFC.
But I've heard whispers that Doo-Ho Choi, had some, good sessions with the Zombie. This is just whispers I've been hearing, back in the day.
What do you mean? Yeah, but man,
it's just whispers. I'm just giving you whispers. I don't know for sure, but that's what I heard.
But man, it's also you can't do that because like there's people who are practice fighters and then there's people who fight in the cage, Because like man, Mike Powell used to beat the shit out of Matt Brown apparently in sparring, and then Matt Brown went and knocked him out in like 20 seconds. So it's like you can't always look at things like that.
Yeah, like I'm like that. Like in practice, like I'll just kill everybody. But then when like people are watching, it's just like fuck. I just shit the bed.
You're talking about badminton, right?
I was talking about the UFC game. Sorry, I was talking about the UFC game.
You're talking about badminton, right, John?
No, I'm talking about what's that shuffleboard? You know what I mean? Like, I would crush everybody in practice. You know what I mean? Like tennis and shit. Anything 1-on-1 with a fucking racket, I'll destroy motherfuckers. But now let's move on and let's talk about one championship because they've been like announcing shit all day, every day. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about because it's the first card that's coming up in November because it seems like one championship is not gonna have a card in October. They're gonna skip the whole month of October, and the first Friday of November they have fucking the Burmese Python taking on Anali. What is it? Ganali? Is that his name? Anali Ganali, the Muay Thai dude. That looks like he's on that juicy fruit, like a motherfucker.
Wait, what? Sorry, I had an audio problem.
The first card in November. It's in Myanmar, and it's the Burmese Python, like basically moving up to heavyweight and fighting the dude in Hong Kong.
Bro,
You know that guy?
I don't. Yeah, I do. I don't want to talk about it. Like, Alain is a super nice guy, but like, he's just way out of his league in this one. Like, it's not even. It won't be a close fight. Like
I think
first of all,
the Burmese Python inferred that the dude was on the juice.
it doesn't matter what he inferred. You got to realize something. Aung La has fought in world-class competition before he got to one. He fought Uriah Hall. He fought. If you look at his record and stuff, his record's not super solid, but he's fought in a lot of top-level guys.
Yeah, he fought in Ring of Combat, right?
Dude, he's not a bum at all.
Yeah.
He's a when you look at ONE FC champions, like, he's a tough guy, and his ground game is legit. He's gonna drag this guy to the ground, beat him up, and submit him within the first round.
Yeah, I could see that shit happening. Because he's a lot faster, a lot slicker, more skilled.
He's bigger. He's taller.
Yeah. Man,
it's a horrible fight for Alain.
What is his name? Alani?
Yeah, Alain.
Alain?
He's a super nice guy. Yeah. I feel like, first of all, the Japanese guy who fought Alain, who got knocked down 11 seconds, he's absolutely fucking horrible. Like, he's horrible.
He fought for the title, man. Watch your mouth.
Yeah,
he just fought for the title. And this guy knocked him out faster than Brendan Vera.
Yeah, but I mean, like, fuck. Jesus. Did you see that takedown? What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That shit looked like two kids playing in the playground and shit.
Bro, it was embarrassing. It looked like you put that shit on America's Funniest Home Videos. Like it was embarrassing to put a fight on like that. Like, where do they find these guys? Like, Jesus.
That dude was in he's like, he goes to ADCC every year. So his ground is.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. His ground must be decent.
What does that mean? Yeah, but I mean, fuck. It's MMA. It's like it's not the 1990s anymore. Everyone has takedown defense. Everyone has a ground game, you know? Well, I mean, most people. Like,
for sure. So this fight, the Burmese Python, they're like saying it's a super fight, but really it ain't no fucking super fight. It's just a fight.
No, I mean, I get the fact that they're hyping it up, but let's just be realistic.
They're going to Myanmar, and the only person to fight in Myanmar in the main event is the Burmese Python. You can't put no one else there except for him. So they got to fight for him, and it seems like they don't want him to defend his title, which means they don't want him to lose his title in Myanmar. So they put this fight together, just as like a big hype fight. And
dude, it's for him to win in his home country.
Huh?
It's just a fight for him to win.
Exactly. Because if he defends the title against somebody that's pretty decent and loses in his country, that's gonna fuck up their market, man. Don't you think?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, fuck, man. It's like, come on. Like, I would have fought him. It would have been a more sensible fight, you know? like, I mean, Jesus, like, someone with some type, I don't know, man. I like Alain. He's a nice guy.
Well, the Burmese Python he's getting basically like a tune-up fight.
He's getting fed.
A showcase.
It's not even
he's getting a showcase.
Yeah.
He's like the showcase showdown. Hey, I know you got feelings about the next one though. The lightweight title.
Don't even
fight.
say it. Oh my God.
I know you got feelings.
You're gonna have.
You got feelings right now. What do you initially thought when you first heard it? Because I think I texted you, and I said, "Hey, do you see the fight they made?" And he's like, "What? What is the fight?" And I was like, "It's Martin versus Eduard." And you're like, "No way!" What were you thinking?
First of all, you're putting two counter strikers against each other. Martin hasn't even defended his belt.
Yeah, that's true. That's the truth.
And Yeah, he beat Gaffarov, and that was a great knockout. You can't take anything away from Martin. He's good, and he's been on a tear. But he would still get knocked out cold in the first round by my boy Ev, easily.
Damn, you gotta
It's
throw an
just
F right now.
it's just a skill thing. Like, man, like
You see,
you just look at who the
the thing is,
you,
Ed should have won his fight against Edward, and then it would have been Ev versus Martin right now.
But did you see that fight? If you look at outside damage, man, did you see both of them after
I
the
thought
fight?
Ev won. I thought Ev won.
Edward's face was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like if you go by ONE FC scoring, like Ev should have won. Like, I don't see what the fuck they were talking about. And Rich Franklin's like, artificial damage or superficial damage. Edward's definitely ahead. And like he's cut open and bleeding and shit. Like, Rich, you're high as fuck, man. Like,
Dude,
he's getting some good
I
green
don't
in
like
Singapore.
listening to Rich Franklin talk at all, man.
Bro.
Especially during the fight, it's just I don't like it.
When they have those little bar things, oh, he's got like superior. It's like, when did this become Mortal fucking Kombat with fucking stat punches and shit? It's like, and half the time they're off. They're fucking off.
Yeah.
It's like,
for real, it is Mortal Kombat.
So yeah, but fuck, you get what I mean.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think the fucked
I
up
get it.
part is, I think
it.
Martin beats Edward.
No,
I do.
No, wrong.
I
Dude,
do.
No chance. Martin is too flat-footed. He's not going to catch Edward. Edward moves way too well. See, you got to realize something. In the stand-up realm, Martin was a good matchup for Gaffarov because Gaffarov doesn't move his head when he strikes. Folayang is a very unorthodox striker, and Martin is a counter striker. He doesn't come forward. When Edward gets hit is only when people come forward at him. If Martin's going to sit and try and counter strike Edward, he's going to lose.
I don't think so. I think Martin's going to change his game plan. He's going to move forward.
I think Edward will win by KO.
You think
Edward will win by TKO.
I think Martin will win by KO. Like,
I feel like Martin got dropped by Gaffarov in the first round. If Edward lands on him, he's going down the same way, and he's gonna get followed up with punches. I think it would be cool if Martin won though, because then Ev could go whoop his ass, like, whew, like whip his ass.
Well,
man, it wouldn't even be a fight. Like, the style matchup from Ev and Martin is horrible.
That last fight between Edward and Ev, it told you a story about Edward, that all these years that he's been fighting, it's been wearing and tearing on his body. And that last fight was kind of like his last like good performance, which wasn't even that good of a performance. And he lost the fight because that's what I thought too. But he somehow retained the belt. But I think that this is the perfect time for Martin to move up and get this fight and beat Edward, because I think he's fucking on the decline.
If Martin doesn't finish Edward, he's gonna lose.
He's gonna lose. Definitely lose a decision, unless he knocks him down like fucking 15 times or some shit like that. Because they're fighting in Manila.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, you got to give Edward props, man. He's beaten Adrian Pang. He's beaten Boku. He's beaten Aoki. He's beaten Ev. Like, all those guys.
Yeah.
Who else did he beat?
No, I'm not like downgrading his accomplishments.
But maybe he's fighting smarter.
Well, that's not gonna help, because eventually fighting smarter is gonna catch up to you. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just an interesting fight.
Hey, I know that you're like Ev's boy and shit, and I like Ev. I think he's a great fighter. And I thought, man, if they were going to make a fight at the lightweight division, they should have gave him the rematch. Why fucking, this super fight, of course, Martin, he's fucking smart. And he was like calling motherfuckers out. And then eventually they gave him a fight that is a big fight, man. Like, even defending the title at featherweight is not as big as this fight. And you're looking to get big fights, right? So I guess nobody wanted to take this fight in Manila against Edward, and they gave it to Martin. This is just my speculation.
I feel like
And they didn't want to
feel
give
like
the fight to Ev.
I feel like Martin can't beat a lot of guys at 155.
But it doesn't matter. He just needs
I
to
feel
beat
like I
Edward.
feel like I feel like there's a lot of guys at his division that he should have, like, man, when you move in weight, you should have to beat someone, like, defend your belt. You know, like Timothy Nastyukin would have been a good fight to see him versus Martin win. That would have been a good fight.
That is a good fight. That's a
Like,
great
there's
fight.
so many fights you can make. They move up.
Boku fighting Martin for the title is a good fight too.
But, bro, they're giving Martin to Folayang in the Philippines. What do you think they think is going to happen?
I
They
know.
think Edward's gonna. They think
Exactly.
Edward's gonna whoop that ass,
Yeah.
boy. I just think it's a bad style matchup for Martin. He lands those big one-shot punches, but who did he knock out?
He's knocked out almost everybody that he's fought.
Yeah, but they're not strikers. Folayang is a pugilist striker.
But we'll see what happens. I think Folayang is on the decline, and he shouldn't even.
How can you say he's on the decline?
Huh?
He beat Aoki, he beat Peng, he beat
Yeah.
back to back to back. How is he on the decline?
He's on the decline, man. His last fight showed you that he's on the. Hey, the Ioki fight? Come on, man. Ioki seemed like he didn't even want to win that fight.
Dude, Aoki doesn't want to be in MMA, bro. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
even look like.
You're right.
Man,
Let's talk about.
I feel like
the guy that doesn't want to be in MMA is gonna fucking take on the fucking monster, Ben Askren. My prediction is this fight's never gonna happen. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's just to sell. But I tell, if they're listening, Rick, I will fight Ben Askren on 2 days notice, 1 day notice. I'm ready. Let's go.
But like with the featherweight division,
that fight.
Let's go back.
How can that fight happen?
Which one?
The Aoki fight.
Yeah.
He fought at like what? He weighs like 165 pounds.
I know. He's small.
He's gonna fight Ben, who's what?
Ben is huge.
That's a dumb fight.
That doesn't make any sense. You know, like I understand that they're big names in MMA, but
dude, Ben Askren might outstrike Aoki.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it might not even go to the ground.
It'll be the most boring fight ever.
I wish Ben Askren would just move up and fight. It would have been just better if Ben Askren moved up and fought the Burmese Python.
Bro, he said he asked for it and they said no.
But do you really believe everything those people say? Like, do you really believe Ben Askren what he says?
Dude, I believe Ben asked for the fight. Yeah, for sure. I guarantee he asked for the fight. But ONE FC was probably like, you know, Victor Koo, you know, we need Aung La to, you know, stay champion, Ben. So, you know, you're gonna have to fight someone who weighs 145 pounds in Aoki. Little snake in the grass.
Why don't he just fight Roger Gracie then? Where the fuck is Roger Gracie?
Bro, Roger Gracie is gonna have the longest belt tenure without even stepping in the cage.
Exactly. Like it's like he's like that fucking uncle that you know exists, but he never comes around and shit. But you know he's there. You know he's alive, but you never fucking see him. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Some bullshit.
Okay. So let's go back to the featherweight division.
All right. So who do you think should be fighting Martin? Let's say Martin goes up, wins the title. Does he have to give up one of the belts?
I feel like if he was smart, he would fight Gafarov again after beating. Because, man, at 155, I mean, this is what I want to see. I want to see Martin lose, go back to 145, fight Timothy Nastyukin, or fight Kotetsu Boku. Both those fights are good fights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever. I want to see Ariel Sexton fight Ev in a title eliminator match, and then the winner fight for the belt.
Man, whatever happened to Ariel Sexton too, man? Like, they just put him on the shelf and just left him there to fucking rot, huh?
Yeah, man, I don't know, actually. It's a good question.
Because he was tearing it up for a second.
No, he hadn't lost and won it.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost to Kamal Sharus. Never mind.
Oh, he did?
He fought Kamal Sharus and lost a close fight.
Fuck.
Bro, Ev's a tank. Kamal Sharus didn't take Ev down at all.
Yeah, that dude's not going to fight in one again, I don't think.
Nah, bro. After some of the shit he said, boy.
Yeah.
But man, he missed weight. He missed weight by like, that motherfucker was heavy as fuck.
Oh, really? Didn't he come in
Bro.
on like late notice on that shit?
Nah, when he fought Ev in the main event, it wasn't late notice.
Oh, okay.
I'm
thinking of something else.
When he fought Ev in the main event, man, he weighed. So like, you have to do the hydration thing. He couldn't be hydrated. He couldn't make 77. That motherfucker was at least 85 kilos fight night.
And he's not even that tall.
Nah, he was big, man. That was a big motherfucker.
Fuck, man. That's fucking crazy. But featherweight, like you said, yeah, Boku, Timothy Nastyukin. There's a lot of guys that Martin could defend his title. But if, let's say Martin goes up, he wins, I think it's not good to have one dude holding two belts. That's just stupid. Don't you think? If he wins, he relinquishes one of the belts.
What'll happen is, this is what'll happen. Let's say he wins. I feel like he should stay at 155. There are better fights for him at 155 than 145, in my opinion.
Yeah. Bigger names.
If he goes back down to 145, let's say he relinquishes the 145-pound belt. They're gonna do Christian Lee versus some unnamed Indonesian guy for the belt, so Christian Lee can win the championship.
That's fucked up.
I guarantee Christian Lee will fight for the title, bro. If Martin wins and stays at 155, Christian Lee will fight for the title against
Amir Khan.
Nah.
Hey, Amir
Khan. Talk about it.
Amir Khan, man. Like, he's been tearing the shit up too.
Bro, he lost to one shin, and then he called out Ev. Stay in your lane, young man. Like,
no, he's won like I don't even know how many in a row right now.
Against who?
Huh?
Who did he beat?
Yeah, well, he didn't beat that many big names, but he's still like he's on a roll though.
No. Yeah, he's on a roll, crushing cans, right?
Yeah, so they need to give him a name. They need to give him somebody that's worthwhile. He
called out Ev's team after his fight in China.
Let's Ev get a little.
He got outstruck by one shin. You think he's gonna fight Ev? Man, Ev will put that kid away quicker than he put away. No, bro. Amir Khan. There's levels to this game, bro. And like, I'm not a hater. I like the kid, actually. I like the way he fights. And he's definitely a rising star. Don't get me wrong. But he will get put to sleep fighting Ev. Like, it wouldn't be a fight. Like, man, like, it's frustrating to hear it. Like, Amir Khan, bro. Dude, Ev just beat the former ONE FC champion. Why is he going to come down and fight you? Like, who are you? Like who is Amir Khan?
When's Brendan Vera going to fight again? That's another question.
Probably in the Philippines. I know some inside info about a certain title fight that was offered in the Philippines, but I don't know if I want to go on air about it.
All right, it's all good.
I will, but
I know. But the thing is, like,
word on the street.
Word on the street. But the thing is, like, what's the word on the street then?
All I know is, word on the street is one of my friends is up for a title shot soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man, if anybody watched this show, they know who that fucking dude is. I'll just leave it at that. If anybody watched this show, you know who that motherfucker is, right?
Which
I know who it is.
which after watching the Indonesian event, the last one,
Yeah.
I feel like it's the right fight to make. Like,
Hey, Yuji Samada, fool.
bro, Yuji Shimada is a fucking clown, bro. How do you not know the rules?
I don't know. Man. That's like international rules.
Bro, Kairat could have gotten an Oscar for selling that shit.
For real.
That dude, the upkick, it was like Miss United States and just fell. like he pulled like Miss Congeniality, bro. And just,
yeah.
This motherfucker.
Well, I was talking to George about that fight like a couple of days ago. And I was telling him, like, you know, like, because he did that, because he did the Oscar-winning performance, it kind of affected the judging, too, a little bit. Because the judges probably didn't know, like, should we count that? Should we not count that? Like, to me, I thought that Kairat, he won, right, the fight. I don't think it was split decision. And that, I think because of that fucking Oscar-winning bullshit that he did, he got the split decision because of that. Because one of the judges was like, hey, you know, that upkick did some damage or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And really, it didn't do any damage. He just fucking fell, you know, and yeah, like you said, did some acting. And Yuji Shimada fucked up the whole fight, man. He should just let them motherfuckers go. And he stopped the fight. And basically, he didn't know what the fuck he didn't even know why he stopped the fight.
Yuji Shimada is way too old to be reffing, bro. That motherfucker doesn't know the rules, man. Exactly. Yo, did you ever see him soccer kick Rob Lucida after he got knocked out by Timothy Nastyukin?
Well, he just needs some dude in the last event, like sliding in the.
No, so Nastyukin knocked out Lucida, and as he runs in to break it up, he fucking kicks Lucida in the head and turns his face the other way.
Fuck, man. That's fucked up.
Man, he's too old, man. It's like once the fighter's safety is being warranted, like, man, you got to step in. Just leave him as head ref or head judge or something.
Yeah, they should probably do that. Is like,
I posted a funny comment
have him as a
status.
Head judge and fuck up the decisions of like important fights and shit because he thought something happened, but it didn't happen. Senile ass motherfucker.
So I was like, the true fear of a fighter is looking across the cage and seeing Yuji Shimada as your ref.
For real. It's like Steve Mazzagatti.
Yeah, but at least Steve Mazzagatti knew the rules. His stoppages were shit, but he would never have stopped up kicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, time. Oh, okay. Wait. You know the fucking rules, man. Like,
you know, he was sweating bullets after that shit. Like, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. But they need to do something about that. You know, fucking. Well, what about what is it? Angele versus Yamaguchi. I think, man, I like this fight. Like, usually the other fights that Angele was taking to defend her title, I didn't really care for them too much. I just thought Angele
Jinny Huang is absolute horrible. She couldn't win the Malaysian Invasion belt.
Yeah.
Jinny Huang couldn't win Mima. Guaranteed.
And what
she
about...
She could win the amateur tournament. She would have won the amateur tournament in Malaysia. No, Mei's good. Like,
yeah.
I feel like Mei Yamaguchi might make the adjustment. It's going to be an interesting fight. There's a couple things to look for. Will Angela Lee make weight?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Will she coming 5 kilos over? All right, she's on. You know, nah. I like it. Actually, you know what? I'm personally a fan of Angela Lee.
But she has this whole Ronda Rousey vibe around her, doesn't she? Like, she's really nice. It to fall soon.
Everyone wants her to fall, but like
No, I don't want her to
Ronda
fall,
Rousey
but
was
she
kind of
has
a
that.
cunt.
She has
I feel
that
like
kind
if
of
there's
like.
someone, I feel like if there's someone to carry the torch for Asian MMA, for women's MMA in Asia, it's definitely her.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I think her ground game is very good. Her striking game is improving. I would like to see her beat Mei Yamaguchi. I don't think she will win. I feel like
She needs to lose.
no, I don't feel like she needs to lose. I want her to win. I just feel like, you know, it's a lot more easy to adjust to not getting taken down and things like that than it is. I feel like she'll get TKO'd or something.
Yeah, because she like Yamaguchi caught her in that first fight with a big
Ooh,
ass
she
punch.
fucking lasered.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I want Angela to win, actually. I'm actually a fan of hers.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of Angele. She's fucking Korean, fool. Like everybody says, oh, she's Singaporean and she's American. Motherfucker, she's Korean. She's Lee. That's Korean, motherfucker. So she,
Is it?
yeah, her parents are Korean. Like one of her parents is like Korean. Her mom's or something
But
like that.
Lee isn't Korean,
Lee is Korean
is
too,
it?
yeah. It's Korean and Chinese.
I was about to say
There's
that
a gang of Lees
motherfucker,
out here, man.
Bruce Lee wasn't Korean. Wow.
Yeah, there's Chinese and Korean Lees, but like Angela Lee, like they just announced that they're gonna have one championship in Seoul next year. Did you see that?
Bro, they're not going to Seoul. Get the fuck out of here. When FC's always like, we're going to do 30 events. We're going to do 20 events. All
Well,
right, guys,
Seoul
we're
and
going to have to
Tokyo is on
cancel
the lineup.
Subaraya. We're going to have to cancel Subaraya. We're going to have to cancel Shanghai. We're going to have to cancel. And, like, I get it. Like, it's a hard thing to set up fights. Like, I'm not jagging them. It's just like they have to pitch the sell, you know? They're
Yeah,
not going to go to Korea. Who are they going to get to fight in Korea? All
Angela
the good
Lee.
fighters are signed.
Angela Lee is Korean. I
Bro,
told you.
yeah, but she's not voted. She's not vetted as a Korean. She's
Well,
vetted as
they're
a
gonna change
Singaporean.
it. They're gonna
Not
change
gonna
it for
change
the
it.
fucking Soul card. They're gonna
If
change it
they
to
go
be
to
like,
Tokyo, if they go to Tokyo, the best thing they can do is put Boku versus 45-pound champion for the belt.
yeah, whoever it is. Yeah, that'd be good. But
But you know,
like, let's go back to
Boku is
Korea, man.
Korean as
Because
well.
Angela Lee will come. She's Korean. They're gonna pump her as Korean. And if they bring her, if they're smart, they would bring her and have her do like some of these TV shows, like these like TV shows that like go out to like the whole fucking country, right? They always have sports people come on there. Have her do that shit and then pump up the one championship event. And then they have her brother fight because her brother is fucking her brother. He's Korean too, right? And they just fucking promote them as Korean people. And
Bro,
then
but
Angela Lee will fight.
Boku is Korean as well.
Yeah, Boku too. Boku will fight on the card too. You know, there's a lot
But
of like opportunity.
Boku's cool, man. Boku's a gangster, man. That guy's cool. He's like half Korean, half Japanese. He's got like the little gangster beard going on. He's got like the old Korean battleship tattoo.
Yeah,
Like you
that's
see that
dope.
shit?
Yeah, that's dope. I
That's
like
a
the
sick
battleship.
ass tattoo.
Yeah, that's dope. But
Man, Boku's probably one of like as a fan, probably like one of my favorite fighters in one.
oh yeah,
I like
he's
Boku.
one of the guys. He's one
And
of the
that
guys that you
motherfucker
should
just
watch.
he fights so much too.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the thing is like I don't know, it's gonna be interesting next year because with the lineup that they put out of like where they're going and how many times they're going, because they're going to a couple spots a few times, man. Like I didn't really count it up, but they're going to Bangkok a few times, Manila a few times, of course Singapore. You know, I think Myanmar's on there a few times. So, but the thing is, like of course, they have those spots established. Now you gotta see. Okay, that's not important. What's important is, do they go to Seoul? Do they go to Tokyo? Do they go to?
No, it doesn't make sense. They won't
This
go, and it doesn't
motherfucker
make
Debbie
sense.
Downer and shit.
I'm not Debbie Downer. It's just like you're gonna go to Korea, and Road FC is gonna control the market there, and you're gonna have no one at your show. Like,
That's true. That could happen.
like you're gonna go to Japan. Who the fuck are you gonna get to fight in Japan?
Japan has so many fighters, man.
Yeah, but fuck, man. Like, they should focus on the Southeast Asia market only.
Yeah, that's also true too. Like they should do more shows in those areas. Like I think I heard that they did pretty good in Macau, and those types of places, man, they gotta stay there.
If ONE FC was smart, they would go to somewhere like the UK or something, do something outside of Asia.
They should go to South Africa.
Nah, no one's to go to South Africa. What the fuck?
Now they could open
Get
up
the
the
fuck
Africa.
out of here.
Hey, they got African
No,
Fighting Championship.
dude, EFC is huge in
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. Fucking,
But
I know. That's
but
huge.
fuck, man, I feel
Mhm.
like man, ONE FC.
All right, man. Well, let's since we're stumped, let's fucking cut it out and let's I think we did a good hour right here, all about mostly about one championship. We say some shit, that might not be 100% true, and we say some shit that we just believe, and we say some shit that is true, but you can't take it too seriously. We're just talking
No,
shit.
I would say most of the stuff we say is. Oh well, I mean, we don't need a filter apology. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the shit I say is true. Ev would knock Martin Nguyen the fuck out. I just guarantee, guarantee KO. Nah, Martin's a cool guy. Actually, I like Martin Nguyen. I
Yeah.
just feel like the biggest fight for him would be a Gafarov rematch. I mean, I understand like getting 2 belts is cool and all, but like
What are you talking about?
if
It's
he's
cool
trying to
and all.
stay
That's
in
fucking
one,
the highest shit right there. It's to be double.
yeah, but who can he beat? Who can he beat at 70 kilos?
It doesn't matter who
Be
he
honest.
beat. It doesn't matter.
He's not going to beat Edward. He's
He
not
just
going to beat
needs to
Edward.
beat Edward.
He got a godsend by knocking out Gafarov. He is so
Hey,
lucky Gafarov was
if you're
like,
gonna have
he's
somebody
so
on
lucky.
your side, God is a person that you would, somebody that you'd like to have on your side, right?
Bro, he's not going to win in the Philippines. I'm telling you. Marwin's going to get upset. He's going to try and take Edward down. He's going to get knocked the fuck out. TKO'd.
It's not even gonna be the
Edward's going to
upset
be like,
because Edward's favored.
Edward's going to be like, oh, thank you, this. They're going to give Ev some world beater to beat. Ev's going to shock him, beat him again. Going to call out Folayang, get no answer, and then I'm going to tell Ev, fight Askren. And at the end of the year, next year, well, I mean, Ben Askren says he's retiring, but they need to let Ev fight Ben Askren, or they need to let him rematch for the belt. Because if they're not going to let him rematch for the belt, why is he in one, Let him go and let him go to the UFC.
That's true too. The thing is, like, I think they should be. I think what we said earlier is like, I believe that Askren and Ioki is not gonna fight, and that's when Ev slides in right there, like, like he slides in like Tom Cruise and shit, and be like, "What's up, baby?" Like let's
Not talking
let's
about
get it rocking.
my boy Gianni Scuba gonna fight fucking Marias and knock his ass out too. It's a guarantee.
That we still have the month of December wide open, and
Strap City.
you never know, man, because they need to have a new welterweight champion. So if he can fight Ben Askren at welterweight and beat him, dude, that would be the craziest shit. If he goes in there last, like say like late replacement shit, and goes in there and takes his belt, and which Ben Askren is fucking undefeated, and basically a top 10 fighter in the world, fuck, that would be crazy. And I know you're like, yes, that's what's gonna happen. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, Ben would get knocked. Ben would get knocked the fuck out. Nah, it's all good, man.
Yeah. All right, man.
Shout out to
Well,
my boy.
who's your boy? G?
No, yeah, well, Johnny's gonna win, but I mean, when he does end up fighting for the belt, we don't know when it is, but when he does, he's gonna win.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave it at that. And yeah, man, it was good talking to you. You know, one championship is always good talking about one championship because hey, we're talking about it because it's important. You know what I mean? Like that's why we talk
Man,
about it. If you weren't important, we wouldn't talk about it.
So I always say it's about ONE FC. They're like the tyrannical. They're like the Nazis of the MMA world, you know.
God damn, you went far right there. You went far right there.
Yeah, it's like no one likes them, you know, but like they do like actually no, that's a wrong analogy. You know what I'm saying? No, actually I like that analogy. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, you know, it's a good promotion. It's the best in Asia. It's definitely top 5 in the world. But it's like you gotta be open to some public scrutiny. You can't be like, oh, you guys, they say bad things about us. Then you sound like a little stepsister who gets abused by her older brother. I mean, come on. You're a multi-million, $100 million company. Take some fucking criticism and relax for a bit.